I know, I did this.
We are all good to go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright, you started off.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, I'm just kidding. You just go whenever.
You have to sync the sounds by cracking that open.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Were you actually going to drink that?
I don't know. I'm still deciding.
If you don't want to, I'll try it.
Let my food settle a little bit, and then we'll see what's going on. I don't really drink that much, and I'm not a huge fan of rosé.
Okay, you're fine.
But this, like,
is
the
it weird?
packaging is so cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
The packaging is cute, so it makes me want to try it, and I feel like that's the whole point.
Well, I'll crack it open and try it.
Taste is relative, so I mean, I still think it's fire. Whether you like it or not.
He just likes pink Moscato. Like, he's
I like Capriccio.
What's that? What's Capriccio? Is that? Are you saying Capri Sun weird?
No. It's sangria. He likes the juice stuff.
It's gonna get me buzzed.
Probably.
Yeah. What's the alcohol content?
No, because you already ate.
True.
Well, it's only 5.8.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you're fine.
It's not bad.
Is that why you wanted to get? Or no?
Yeah, you can drink 2 of those and still feel okay.
No, I didn't want to get buzzed.
Then why are you drinking? What's the point?
The can is cute, bro.
The can is cute. Hello.
That's a good.
Can I smell it?
You can't deny the cuteness.
Can I smell it?
So that's good. That's good.
Wow, this packaging
Honestly,
is so nice.
Right?
That's 85% of the reason I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much money they made just for that.
You said it was a mom comment?
This packaging is so nice.
Yeah.
I know. I'm such a mom.
It's like getting congratulated on how you packaged like a Christmas present.
Oh yeah.
It's just newspaper.
Yeah.
I feel all fucking. It's actually better than I thought it was gonna be. You can try it if you want. Anywho.
So yeah, we're actually live. So
nice.
Fucking welcome to the pod layer.
Hello.
Dali, Salvador, Dali.
No, not Salvador.
Not Salvador, just
not
Dali.
Salvador, just Dali.
Cool, man. We're really happy to have you here, man. Like, I'm a really big fan of your music, and Colin knows absolutely nothing about you.
Cool.
So
that's kind of the thing that goes on here. He knows
everything.
At least a little bit about the person. I know absolutely nothing.
That's fun.
So you're just like a person that walked in here, and we're going to talk to you now.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you got a good introduction at least.
Yeah, true.
I know that you like food, and that's rad.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Not a lot of people do, so it's nice to meet some people that eat food.
Yeah, some people literally just eat to live, and then it's like...
Yeah.
It's why
I don't understand that. I live to eat. I really do. Anyway.
They say to do the opposite, but I said fuck that.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to live to eat.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, so you make music, right? What else do you do?
Oh, God. That's such a broad question. I do a lot of things. Do you mean like artistically?
Yeah. Well, because I know there's a lot of guitar in your like music. So do you play guitar as well? Do you,
yeah. Okay. I play guitar. I play piano. I dance.
Oh, cool.
I cook, like I said before.
Free music.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sometimes
Real messy kitchen, dude.
I like draw sometimes. I paint sometimes. Like I kind of do a little bit of everything.
So
Jack of all trades.
How long have you been making music?
I've been singing like since I was born, pretty much. But I started making music when I was in 6th grade, so it's like 11. Yeah, I think I was 11 years old.
That's
crazy.
What was the first instrument you started on?
Guitar.
Oh, guitar.
Or no, I lied. Piano. Yeah. I started learning piano when I was 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, like your parents made you take lessons and stuff?
Didn't make me. I wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's rare.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I always say I wish my parents forced me.
I say that
against my will to play an instrument.
Yeah.
That's probably horrible.
And I'd just be like rad now, but I hated it, growing up.
Yeah, no, I wanted to play. I just realized that pillow says vagina.
Yeah, that's the home.
I've been trying to figure out what that shit for so.
It's also a picture. See, funny story. Actually, I brought these pillows home, and my girlfriend was like, "Those are disgusting." So I was like, "Well, I'll drink it out." Yeah,
I think these used to be on like infomercials or something.
Yeah, probably.
Vaginas?
Yeah. Oh, it's on a pillow. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's very lifelike. Shout out you.
I'm dead. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I learned how to play piano when I was 5.
Was it easier for you to play guitar knowing piano? Like, how much did you understand piano before you started playing guitar?
What was that?
Lord bless you.
It's so hard to remember. Like, I have to try to...
Well, yeah, fucking 5, dude. That's crazy.
I know. Well, I had a pretty good understanding of, like, the notes and stuff. I was in the Phoenix Girls Choir for a little bit, and I took a few theory classes and everything, and I had been in, like, music classes at school, so I was, like, pretty familiar with music theory. Cool. So, teaching myself...
Did you, like, retain a lot of the music theory? Did you understand a lot of it, or...?
Yes, but it's weird because... Now when I'm working with different musicians and stuff, I really need to get back on that shit, because, like, people will be talking about, like, 1s and 3s and 5s, and I have, like, a slight understanding, but I'm just like, yeah, so we're gonna play that thing, and then this one, and then this shape, like...
And then was it a 3 or a 4, or...
I'm just like, I don't know the fucking numbers, bro. I don't even know the name of what I'm playing, so, because I taught myself how to play guitar, so, like, a lot of the stuff that I do, like, I don't even honestly know what I'm playing. That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
I think you're a really good guitar player, actually.
Did
you do all the guitar on your album?
I did not do, like, the solo guitar.
Okay. So
like, not the
solos, dude, are
crazy. No, that was...
it was funny. I was listening to it on the way up here, and I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and I was like, dude, she's so fucking good at it. Solos.
Yeah, that was me. Dude, I wish. No, I'll get to that point eventually. But no, that was actually 2 different people. One of them was Trent Fitzgerald, who actually... he mixed and mastered the entire thing, and he's been mixing and mastering my shit for, I want to say, like 5 years.
That's awesome. That was another thing I was really impressed with. The quality of the finished result is really good. Yeah,
so
it feels super professional.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And then the other one who played guitar on slide was this guy named Nick Hildebrandt, and he's like probably one of the best guitar players I've ever met. Like, he's fucking insane. Yeah. So
where'd you meet all these people?
I met Nick at school. We met when we were in like 8th grade, and then we ended up reconnecting through music a couple years ago.
That's nice.
Because I wanted him to play live with me at one of the shows. I think we were opening for Josh Caballas. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's another artist here. Cool. And then Trent, the guy that mixes all my stuff, we actually met at band camp in California.
Is there a deeper story behind the band camp?
I know, right?
No, it was actually
like
cool
the internet band camp or
no? No, it was this thing that I found. I don't know if I found it or if my mom found it, but it was really cool. It was just this like camp. It was on a college campus in Orange County. And I did San Diego the year before, but I met him at the Orange County.
So were you going there from here, or were you... Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and it was just a week long, and it was just a bunch of kids my age, just all super excited about music, same way I was. That was my first time ever experiencing that, so I was like
fun,
yeah, because that was before I met any of these people, so I didn't have any friends that made music at all. So I went there and I was like, oh my god, my people.
That's crazy.
I literally, like, the entire next day after the first camp, I just was in the hotel room. I did not want to go see anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. I was just like crying. Like, my mom, she was like, let's go out for breakfast. I was like, okay. And so we went out for breakfast, and I just like burst into tears in the middle of the fucking restaurant. I was like, oh my god.
Why? I just want to go back.
Because it was just like, there's just this thing about me where if something like super crazy and emotionally exciting happens, whenever it all like comes back down, I just get really like, ugh. Like
low
fuck.
About it,
yeah, it's just it's like almost like a hangover type thing. We're just like fuck.
That makes sense.
You get cool hangovers.
Yeah. It's like you're on a high for a week and it's just immediately dropped.
Yeah, and then I was like, now I have to go back with all these people that I don't even like.
All these fucking nerds. Man.
Yeah.
You geek. You geek!
Well, let's play. Come on. So was it like, did everybody have like different instruments and stuff, and you guys kind of just like jammed?
Yeah. So cool. It was like this huge group of kids, and it was all we were all divided into 3 different subgroups, and then each of those groups were...
Was it like a genre thing, or was it like just a random group of people?
Yeah. It was that, and then each of those groups were split up into 3 different bands. And then the entire week we'd just be doing a bunch of shit. Like we'd wake up and immediately like eat breakfast, go to a jam session, and it would be all of us just like jamming in there.
That
and
sounds
then
like fun, dude.
yeah, super fun. And then based on like whether you're a guitar player, a drummer, bass player, singer, whatever, we would like break off into classes that had to do with that.
Yeah.
Within our groups. And then we'd be like practicing with our band, preparing a song for the final performance at the end of the week.
Oh, that's cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, we had to like, as a whole group, write our own song and shit. Like it was really cool.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
How did they? So do you have to like? I don't know if interview is the right word, but did you have to interview to get in? Because people are gonna have like different skill
like
levels. And how did they? Yeah, like try out. Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't remember that being part of it because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was just like.
So there's just like 2 kids that were just bad. Just
was there people that were just shitty?
There were some people that definitely needed work, but I don't think anyone was really that shitty. Because honestly, I don't think a parent would spend that much money to like send someone to music camp if they weren't really that good.
He really likes to hit these pots and pans. I think.
Yeah, but the teachers were dope. What's crazy is I actually met the only vocal coach who could tell me anything. Like,
really?
Because I'm one of those people where like if I really don't believe that you understand where I'm coming from or like what my voice sounds like or what I'm trying to do with it, like I literally won't listen to anything that you have to say.
That's kind of good though.
Like I mean it's been a blessing and a curse because sometimes I've gone to like music lessons and it's people who have like degrees in this shit and I'm just like, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, some people just don't get
so fuck you. Yeah. But this guy, he's actually from here. He plays in a band called Captain Squeegee. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No, but that sounds awesome.
They're so dope. They're really fucking trippy and amazing. But yeah, he's the lead singer and he was just really dope. And
so was he a vocal coach at the camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was fucking great.
Crazy, man.
You said the camp was kids like 10, 12, like that?
It was like 12 to 18, I want to say. Yeah.
How much older were the leaders or whatever?
It really ranged.
Varied,
yeah, like some of them.
Like,
some of them were probably like
just like a prodigy. You know?
Yeah, right. Some of them were like in their like late 20s. Some of them were like 50. I don't know, just
weird.
like
that's crazy.
Like rock star type
like
people. Yeah, but they were really dope.
So you said you started piano at 5. When did you teach yourself guitar?
Yeah, when I was 11, and
wow.
Yeah, my mom, she was playing guitar for our like church. I forgot like
choir group.
The ministry, fucking whatever. I don't know. So she,
band.
yeah, whatever.
The God thing.
The God thing.
God group or something. They were like a boy band but for church.
Yeah. And I really liked it, but what's funny is the thing that like really, really wanted or made me want to learn it was the kid that I had a crush on at the time was a guitar player, and I was like, you know what? If I learn guitar, then we'll have a reason to hang out.
Yeah, we can meet up and shit.
Yeah, so I taught myself exactly. So I taught myself.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I taught myself how to play guitar, and then I ended up just being like, "Oh my god, yes, this is my shit!" Like I picked it up so easily, and I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's
I've always heard that piano is like a gateway to other instruments that you can pick because you asked earlier if it was easier.
I always tell people that, like, especially producers. I think every producer should at least learn how to play the piano.
Yeah.
Like, at
probably
least.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started trying to, like, learn to play piano. I've been playing guitar for a long time, so I think it was, like, easy as well to go from guitar to piano.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that, like, a simple transition?
It was because, like, in guitar, you gotta, like, you know, but everything's, like, straight on a piano, so you're just like,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's nice. Yeah, you should try to learn piano since you play drums.
Well, it's funny you say that because it's a while ago now, like probably 5 years ago, I took a piano class just for an extra credit with my friend Zach.
Nice.
And I actually, it wasn't easy to play, but I found being on time super easy because like when I play drums, I always feel like, you know, I'm setting the beat and all that, but I feel like I'm dancing around you guys because we're playing at the same time.
Right.
You know? So it's not like I'm playing and you guys are coming after me, you know?
That's cool.
But when I was playing piano, I was like, I feel like I'm actually dancing around the beat.
Yeah.
It's really
cool. It's fun, though.
It's funny.
Because I just had, like, my own internal metronome. I'm just like, it was just like, you know, where
like
your head a little limp, like, I am nailing this land so good.
That's hilarious.
I feel that.
So, like, for your music, where does a lot of it come from for you?
Like, influence-wise or just subject matter? Or...
Both. We can talk about both.
Most of it, especially the stuff that's out now, is just shit that comes out. You know,
Really?
You know how that is. I don't know. Like as a musician,
I'm just barely starting to write. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So.
But like, yeah, like, is that do you take some time out of your day and try to write, or is it something that you just kind of over time? Or?
I probably should. I
Most
don't know.
Probably should. Yeah.
I probably should, but yeah, no. A lot of like Orange Soda, I wrote in 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
For instance,
Yeah.
And that's probably like my most popular song to date.
Yeah.
I think I don't even know how many views it has.
I think so.
Right now.
Yeah. I sent it to them. And I was like, "This is the most fun."
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like that shit popped off in South Korea for no reason.
South Korea.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm constantly getting notifications from South Korean
But you
people.
can't even read
That's
it.
weird.
Yeah, I think it's so cool though.
I don't
Just
know what
like,
you're saying.
Why are they sending me these Pokemon?
well, no, it's just likes. It's just likes.
Oh,
It's not
that's
like
cool,
people
that's cool.
commenting or anything, but it's just like a bunch of likes from people from South Korea on
That's
that
weird. I
song.
wonder why.
I have no idea. I think, yeah.
Hey, fucking somewhere or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
Definitely.
So if people think that I paid for views on that shit, I did it.
They're Korean.
It's the Koreans, okay?
They just like
They like it, okay?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean that is a big thing. Like people paying for likes, you know.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I don't know why anyone would do that, because it's just like, what kind of satisfaction do you get out of that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's very momentary. for
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, anyways, I have a lot of very deep emotions that are hard for me to handle. So, like, music kind of helps me handle them and figure things out, because the way I think is really abstract and weird. So being able to get it down, like, on a piece of paper with music behind it and everything, and, like, with the added emotion that, you know, it's like that emotion that you literally can't put into words. Like, you can only feel it when it's in music. So
That's cool.
music has given me a way to express the feelings that I can't express in words because they're not happening in words in my head, you know? Like,
That's crazy, dude.
yeah.
So is it hard for you to find the words, or is that something that
Sometimes that if there's ever a time where it's hard for me to find the words, especially with songs that I'm like in the middle of writing or something, I usually just try to express it, like I said, through like in a musical way,
Okay.
or
That's
even
cool.
just like background vocals, or just anything like notes that I use, or like ways that I sing or something like
You know,
like
that makes me think of what you just said, or all of what you just said. Are you familiar with Pink Floyd at all?
mm-hmm.
The song, it's off of Dark Side of the Moon. It's the one where it's like a huge vocal solo. I can't remember the name of the song. You know what I'm talking about, though? Well, it's like a really famous vocal solo, but she's not saying any words. It's just like her voice. That's what it makes me think of, because it's very emotional.
Emotive.
Yeah.
There's no words.
Yeah.
So that's what you
That's
make
cool.
of it.
Yep.
That's what it makes me
Exactly.
Yeah, that explains. That makes a lot of sense, because your music is very emotive. Maybe that's why Koreans like it. You know.
Maybe.
It's just like a universal feeling that you can get from the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Definitely.
So, are you currently writing like stuff for another, or what's your artist process right now?
I am kind of writing stuff. I have a lot of material right now that is unreleased, but it's just like one of those things where it's like there's features on it that aren't getting recorded, or like there's little bits and pieces that aren't really like finished up yet, and it's just about like having money to get studio time and like all that type of shit, you know? So it's just like, it's in process. It's just a very slow process.
So there's music coming though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And there is also a music video coming as well.
That's
I don't have an
awesome.
exact date for it yet, but there will be one.
Is that your first one?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
It's
So is it going to
really
be filmed soon, or is it already?
It's already
done?
filmed.
It's done. Cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's getting edited right now. But the guy who did it is Matt Blackert, OCD Visuals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Really
So,
good videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really sick. I'm excited.
Was it for?
I'm not telling.
Okay.
I'm not
That's
telling.
funny. Okay.
Is it like an unreleased song?
No.
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 I think
But no more than that.
Y'all better not.
it.
Don't fucking
What's the
say
tea?
it. Don't say it.
Who said
Don't
that?
say
No. That's
We'll bleep it out.
crazy, man. So have you are just coming back from Portland? Is that right? Yeah. So what was that about? Was that just like family, or were you doing music stuff out there?
That was like one of those going where the wind takes me type of
that's cool.
things. I kind of just ended up in Portland. Like, yeah.
That's a random place to end up. Dude.
I know.
Crazy.
Well, this dude that I was dating at the time, we met here, and then we ended up moving to LA because I was just like, I can't live here anymore. Like, I'm so fucking, like, I need to just go somewhere else. Yeah. So we moved to LA, and then that ended up being like a total just, like, it was really great because I learned a lot about myself, and I became, like, extremely self-sufficient there. Just like, cool. Like, I went through a crazy, like, terrible process to become self-sufficient, basically, because I was like, all right, I need to get my shit together.
Unfortunately, cool.
Yeah. And then, since he was originally from Portland, he was like, do you want to just go to Portland? And I was like, sure.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
That sounds cool. And it was a place that I've been wanting to go for a while, so I was like, dope, yeah, let's go there. And, yeah, went there, lived there for about a year, almost, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How long were you in LA for?
God, it felt like fucking forever.
Like 3 days.
I think it was like 2 months, 3 months.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Well, I lived there earlier last year for a couple months, and then I moved back to Arizona, and then moved back again for a couple more months. Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts.
I moved a lot.
Huh?
I do move
seriously.
a lot. Bro, my friends, like, I think more so than like any other phrase that they say to me, like, I miss you is like the main
You're
phrase.
never in town.
I'm never in town, so I'm constantly like, it doesn't matter where I am, I'm getting I miss yous from somewhere. Like, so it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll be back there eventually, I think.
Maybe.
Never know.
Maybe.
Catch me on tour here now.
I know, right? Yeah, for real.
Do you think like moving around a lot has helped inspire any music from you at all?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you played in all those places too? Like, have you gotten fans in all those places?
Not in all the places that I've lived. I have played in like Portland and LA.
Cool.
And I think that's it.
How was it received
Crazy.
compared to here or each other?
I mean, well, obviously here, since I've been doing it for a few years, like, I'll have people like who know the words or whatever, or people who will like recognize me in certain places. But there, it's very similar to how it was here in the beginning, where like the reception is really, really good usually, and I'll just have people coming up to me afterwards. Like, it'll be a select few people, but it's cool because they'll tell me how deeply touched they were about something, and like,
that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's just really, I don't know. It's nice to know that like your suffering wasn't in vain. You know? You're like, okay, like, this is put to good use because now I put this out there, and it's in a way that I guess other people might not have expressed it before. Yeah. So these people will be able to feel understood in a completely new and different way, and I think that's definitely really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of your music, like, I don't remember the specific song, but it was like, I think you were talking about like a relationship or something, or the way that somebody would make you feel. Right. But yeah, I was listening to that and I was like, damn, like, I've heard, I was that guy at one point.
Was it Selfish?
Maybe I listened to it on a loop, so
okay.
And I was like, oh, this is Sly. I know Sly is Sly, but yeah, but like a lot of, like, I was just like, damn, I remember being that person and making my girlfriend feel that way, probably, like, because she explained it to me after a certain point, you know. But like, I could relate to it in that kind of way, you know.
That's
where
cool.
I was like, where I was like,
I've never gotten that before. But
yeah, it's kind of nice because I was like, yeah, I remember like making her feel that way a lot, and like, I don't do that anymore. So
that was probably
really
selfish.
Probably very selfish. Yeah, very selfish.
That shit.
I always got the last slice of pizza, no matter what.
That's crazy.
Until that one day changed.
Yeah, that one day I was like, babe, do you want the last?
Everything changed.
No, but yeah, really, like, I really was like a bad boyfriend for a long time, and you know, like, that took a long, and it took a long time, and she was the right person to help me. Well, I don't want to say help me understand it, but like, she was worth me understanding how to fix that shit, you know. So, like now being able to reflect on it and being like, that's really cool. Like,
I love that. I love how you
like,
reworded that she was worth you actually like acknowledging that and fucking working on it and shit.
Yeah, because I mean, I was like, yeah, like
you're like, oh, I might oh, okay. All right, let me do something about
like,
that.
I really like this person. I don't want to like not have this person anymore. So,
yeah, for real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely found a lot of that in that one song. You know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I appreciate your music, and I know my girlfriend could probably relate to the other stuff, unfortunately. But yeah, so
I'm here for the bitches, you know.
But yeah, so like if we were to break down your music for somebody who didn't know what it was per se, Colin, like how would you explain your music to people who haven't heard what it is or don't know anything about it?
It's like it's some shit that really, if you explain it, it doesn't sound cohesive at all, but when you listen to it, it's completely cohesive because I draw influence from so many different genres.
Cool. That's cool. Because we were telling you too, like your music reminds us of people.
Yeah.
And it was like not knowing anything about you. It's hard. It's weird to be like, was it like, is it influence or is she just that good? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Did she just make it happen that way? So it's really interesting. Like you hear it and you're like, how? How did somebody write this?
Well, what's crazy is that you guys actually were the first people to tell me that I reminded you of Fiona Apple. Mm-hmm. And that was like, I fucking loved that. Because I love Fiona Apple.
She's such an obscure artist.
I know. So literally no one has ever told me that or guessed that or anything.
She's been around forever.
I fucking love Fiona Apple. And like that is definitely, it's crazy because I haven't even like really listened to a lot of her music, but because I was really sheltered as a child, so I wasn't allowed to listen to a lot of stuff. But when I did listen to her, because I don't remember when I discovered her. I think I was in middle school when I found out about her. And crazy. I was just
How old are you now, for reference?
I'm 23.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was so just like in awe of her like rawness. Like she was just so raw and dark and like so young at the same time. True, and I was just like, whoa, you're fucking dope. Like so I really, really fucked with her. And then it's so hard to describe. I always get to this point when people are like, oh, what genre do you make? I'm just like, whatever I feel like making. Yeah, it was hard to tell them. I was like,
Dali, she's this kind of... I told them it was like Fiona Apple and Erykah Badu, which would be like 90s alternative singer-songwriter.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
90s alternative.
Like alternative.
Yeah, exactly. It took a long time.
It's like alternative. But it has like a modern twist to it too. Because I used to say alternative R&B a lot. And then I started saying like crossover new jazz because a lot of
Hold it. You're going too far. Like there's also pepperings of if you really dig, there's some country and
well, actually
that's funny.
a little bit of my writing style came from like a lot of folk music and bluegrass and country. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Because that was one of the only genres I was allowed to listen to, like on occasion.
Whoa.
I was allowed to listen to Christian music, and then on occasion I'd be allowed to listen to country music or Motown, and then sometimes Radio Disney. Like that was my gift. I got to listen to like secular music or whatever. But yeah, so I listened to a lot of like Stevie Wonder was one of my favorite artists growing up. So anytime I would get to listen to him, I was really excited. And then like was
this all through like CDs and like tapes and shit, or how were you listening to this music at the time?
I think it was CDs.
Was it like your family CDs and stuff?
Yeah, That's pretty sure. It's so weird thinking about this now. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, probably listen to our phones. But wait, we didn't have smartphones at the time. We didn't have that shit. So yeah, probably CDs. Or like even tapes. We had a lot of tapes. Yeah.
Did you really? Yeah. That's crazy.
What is that? No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Well,
what is Walkman?
I had to run.
Yeah, we had a fucking and a lot of I also listen to the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack a lot. Too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really
my roommate fucking loves the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh my god, I love the Phantom of the Opera.
Ryan loves it.
That's all.
Dude, when I was 5, I used to fucking sing that main song, "He's there, the Phantom of the Opera." No,
cool.
that one. No, she hits this crazy note at the end that's super fucking high, and that was like my favorite thing to sing, and I could hit it every single time. Unfortunately, I can't anymore. But
go for it. No,
I'm good. I'll be like screaming. But no, that's actually something I feel like people don't really know, is that a lot of my writing style comes from like those types of roots, like folk and bluegrass and that kind of stuff.
That makes a lot of sense, because folk and bluegrass is really, it's all really relatable music by intention.
Yeah.
You know? So I can see that being an influence in your music.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Folk music. Yeah.
That's really crazy. That's kind of what I want to do with the podcast. I want to talk about that weird stuff that people don't really get to know about, you know? So, was there anything else? Like, fucking the Phantom of the Opera. Like, whatever. You know what? This song right here?
I know.
It could really be on a play, I think.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, yeah. I have a lot of, like, pop punk influence, too.
Pop punk?
Actually,
really?
yeah.
Pop punk's fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah.
I had a huge pop punk phase when I was in high school. I'm still kind of not really out of it. Like
I'm sure it doesn't go away.
This morning, I don't know if you're familiar with Sea Haven at all.
I've heard the name. Yeah.
Okay, but I listened to like a whole Sea Haven album this morning, and like I was listening to Brand New and like the Front Bottoms and shit, like all that stuff. Cool. Nice. Yeah. But actually, like, there was this one song called Flashlight by the Front Bottoms, and at the end of it, they have this outro that's just like 3 different tracks that are playing at the same time.
Wow.
And that's actually what inspired me to like end a lot of my songs that way. Because I was just really cool. The first time I heard it, I was like, what the fuck? This is so cool. I love this. It's making me feel so many things. Like
all at once.
All at once. I was like, ah! So I had to fucking do it.
Was it hard to recreate that?
No, because I wasn't trying to
specifically
do the exact same thing. I was just trying to do it like in my own way, and that's why I think it's so hard for people to put their finger on stuff, because I've always I've never even really thought I was influenced by a lot of people, but I guess like you can say I haven't. Yeah. Because like a lot of my shit, I'll just like it just comes out of somewhere. Right. I don't know. You could say like my soul or whatever the fuck you want to say, but it just comes from wherever the hell it comes from, and I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, I think that's really cool, because I think that is a good separation between an artist who is just kind of like making music for a reason and somebody who's just making music to express himself.
Yeah.
You know. So I definitely appreciate artists that are more that way. Mm-hmm. So
those are when you like an artist like that, those are the ones that you like a lot.
Yeah, and those are like lifelong artists, not just like like, I had my fucking scene. You know, and I was like this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really cool. Damn, I just remembered what I was gonna say and I forgot again. But yeah,
we got time. It'll come around. Just stop.
It'll come around eventually. Quiet.
Write it down. Hey Siri, no.
I don't even think I have Siri on this shit. What the fuck?
Dude, I use Siri all
Bro, I lost my phone. I had to get a 5C, but honestly, like, even though it's really terrible to, like, try to do things on it, it's also really cute, so I'm not even that mad.
Yeah, honestly.
It's
you couldn't do worse.
Small.
I could do worse. Yeah. It was $85.
Really big.
Yeah.
I know.
Andre. Colin has a Huawei phone, like one of those Chinese phones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
He got it hella cheap, but it has like all the... Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like a Chinese...
It's like Chinese Apple.
Yeah.
What?
But it's Android.
And cheap.
Well, you can choose Android or...
iOS?
The iOS.
Oh.
Like the way it looks. Yeah.
That's cool.
Colin's real frugal.
Okay.
But it's like... It's like a couple of years old now, but when I bought it, it was like as good as all the other shit that was coming out.
Oh shit!
It was $150 off Amazon.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you have to get it. You have to get it. You have to make sure in the description it says it uses your provider. This one said that it uses T-Mobile, but some of them are like only Verizon or whatever.
Oh, okay.
$150.
That's
damn,
crazy.
I might have to look into that.
Look into it. But speaking of looking into it, we got some cake pops in front of us.
Oh yeah, true. Oh my god.
Segue. So let's give these a shot. You okay, bro?
What's the What are the flavors that we have going?
You know what? I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I'm just kind of picking these up right now.
I know.
So feel free to try them all. And you guys,
I want to try that cinnamon shit that you were talking about.
This one's like a cinnamon roll. Okay. It's really good.
We got some.
But these ones we haven't tried
in the backgrounds here.
Do you want to
I think
explain?
those might be the cheesecake truffles. Actually,
these are insanely good.
If those are, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that might look like it's Andre, but it's not Andres.
Oh my god. You're dumb. I hope you clicked your fingernails before you fucking put all of them.
What macro on it? What's super close up.
Okay. Alright.
Fingernails are good. Check. Give me that blue thing, please.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that too since I haven't had it.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain where these are, even though we've...
So these are...
I watched this episode,
Did you?
so I know where they're
exciting.
from.
Nice.
So these are sweet
Because I was
Nancy
like,
bakes.
this is so cool that they're not just doing like regular schmegula ass shit.
Oh, bro!
Like, they're
Next
actually...
week we have a guy who was in prison a lot, and he has like his own, like roofing company or like remodeling company. But he like turned his life around, and he does jiu-jitsu with me, so that's what we're talking to. Yeah, so we do everybody. It's not just about clout.
I took jiu-jitsu for a little bit.
Did you, dude? That's awesome. I'm currently.
What does that say?
It says
Black Flag Jiu-Jitsu Club.
Jiu-Jitsu Club, where you can get these delicious cake pops. No,
this is fire.
Funny story. I actually picked these up from the fucking jiu-jitsu spot. They're good, right?
Really?
Yeah. She was teaching a class.
Oh, nice. This is the lemon one. This is the first one we tried.
Oh my god, this tastes like the middle of a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They're so good.
It's funny. This was the first one I ever had, and I told her I don't like lemon stuff, but this is delicious.
Is there any more that she can try?
No.
Our bad.
I'm really weird. No, it's okay. I'm really weird with sweets. Like, this will probably be the only one that I can handle.
Really?
Like,
That's the way I am too. I'm not a big sweets person, but it's like the perfect amount.
Yeah, I can eat one, and then I'll probably be good.
Still try one of these. If this is the truffle one, you need to try it.
You can literally take a bite and then throw it away. We'll have more.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Yeah, they're fucking so good, man.
Hell yeah.
What I was gonna say was...
Yeah, go for it.
The way that I get influenced by people isn't very obvious because I never just take something that I like from someone else and just like recreate it. Right. I always try to do it like through my own lens, with my own interpretation, because I'm just one of those people where like I won't feel comfortable with my art or with myself if I feel like I'm just copying someone else. Right. So I'm just like, you know.
I think people get really weird about that too. They're like, oh, this is just a ripoff.
Yeah.
That's also a really good way to avoid it.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a blatant ripoff, I don't really notice it. Kind of like that. The Queen song "Under Pressure" is it's not the exact same. It was Vanilla Ice stole it. It's the exact same thing, but Vanilla Ice stole it.
Yeah. Oh,
so like that's a blatant ripoff. I feel like if it's an influential thing, then it's very different.
It's different.
So good.
So do you listen to a lot of Erykah Badu? A little bit.
It's weird. I haven't been listening to a lot of music lately.
Oh really?
Yeah. But yeah, I do listen to her pretty frequently. Which would probably explain the like subconscious influence.
Probably, yeah. And it's not even like it's hard to explain where the influence of Erykah Badu. I think it's a lot of the cadence, I guess, and like the way that things bounce.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's not like you're saying shit that sounds like her. Yeah. Or even using like she has like a really distinct way of saying words. It's not even that. It's just the way that your pattern is, and I don't know, cool. I like it.
A lot of my like melodic patterns and like my melodies in general, I feel like not like the slower ones, but the more like jazzier ones, I guess you could say, are definitely like an Ella Fitzgerald thing.
Oh, cool. Amy would love to hear that.
Really?
She's a big jazz fan.
Yeah, I fucking love Ella Fitzgerald. So again, that was another one of the people that I was allowed to listen to.
Cool.
So it was really weird. I like simultaneously had very terrible music taste and like really good music taste.
Like really refined music taste.
It's really
Were those
weird.
things that your mom was into? Because you said she played guitar.
Yeah.
So she probably formed the way
you
like music a lot.
That's cool.
My mom was never really into like playing music that much. Like she could sing like really well and she could play guitar, but it was I definitely got this from my dad, like for sure. Yeah.
Does he also play music?
Yeah, he was a musician for like his entire life, basically. Like even
what did he play?
Guitar, and he sang. Yeah, he was in a blues band. And that's actually how they met, because he was like playing with them in China, and my mom was working there. And then they met there, because he's from the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So they met there, and then had me.
Is your mom also a Filipino?
No, my mom's white.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
So I'm a little happy.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. I'm fully, I guess.
I'm fully too.
Fully as well.
Fully what?
I'm full white.
What?
We're brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers. We're stepbrothers, but real
Eddie Kramer.
No, I'm totally Mexican. Both sides.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And then Colin is
Polish and German.
Nice.
White as you can get.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why the sausage was there specifically for Colin. And it was funny. He was eating it, and it was like, "Is this kielbasa?" No. He called it before.
I know I'm a sausages.
Yeah, he knew the specific brand.
No.
Yeah, he was like, "Is this Hillshire?"
We had it a lot growing up. That specific brand, and then on holidays we had like legit kind.
Yeah, straight from the homeland.
Well, yes.
Tastes
Let's go with that.
now.
I slaughtered the pig.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
Cool. So they met in the Philippines?
No, they met in China.
Oh, in China.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so crazy.
Yeah, because he was playing. He'd play like in the hotel that they both lived at.
And, oh wow.
Yeah, and he was just traveling around doing a bunch of music shit all the time.
Nice. That's gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever been over there?
No.
Not the Philippines or anything?
No. I mean, I've been like overseas, yes, but I've never been to the Philippines.
Overseas?
I lived in the Middle East for a little bit.
Holy shit! What the fuck? all regular shit? like that's normal.
What country?
Why?
I lived in the United Arab Emirates because my mom's a teacher, so like that's the reason why she was in in China too. Yeah, she was the principal of the first Montessori school there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
cool.
So she was there, kind of like setting all that shit up, teaching people English, all that shit, and
Yeah, so you must know English pretty good now.
I know. It's crazy. You'd think it's my first language.
A little Chinese.
But no, I didn't retain any of the Chinese. I'm pissed.
Did they teach you any of it?
Bro, I spoke it fluently.
Really?
Fluently.
Wow.
I came back here. Mandarin. Yeah. I came back here and I would like strictly speak Chinese. And then my mom was just like, we're in America now. Like everyone speaks English. And just didn't.
Honey, you gotta white it up.
She's like, come on, let's go. These people are gonna fucking hate you.
They keep pulling us over, honey. Shit. You gotta.
Yeah. No, it's so funny. Apparently, like she told me this story. Like when we came to America, apparently I was just like not fucking with it. Like really? I packed up my shit. I had this like 101 Dalmatian suitcase.
Oh, dude, that's so cute.
I packed up all my shit. I was like 2.5. I went up to the door and in Chinese I was like, I'm going to China.
That's hilarious.
I'd be like crying and shit.
Just take a minute to get there.
All right, let me know when you get there.
Be like, shit, I still want to go back. The fuck?
Crazy, dude. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Mexico for a little bit, and I learned Spanish. I was going to say Mexican. I keep doing that. I know Mexican.
I know Mexican, too.
There you go. But yeah, I learned Spanish, like, living in Mexico for a little bit, so if I didn't do that, I definitely would not know Spanish right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Damn.
I know just come and go. There you go.
I do, too. I know a little bit of French.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Slightly.
Bonjour. Parmigiano.
Does that mean hello?
Is that Italian?
Hello.
Yeah.
It's me. It's me.
Is that blind man?
Mario. Huh?
That's crazy.
Do you know anyone that pronounces it Mario?
No, but that shit pisses me off.
Have you heard of that though? Like pronounce.
What have I heard that on? I swear, I probably heard that shit on like Jersey Shore or something. They're like, Mario!
Yeah.
Mario! Oh god. Did you watch Jersey Shore?
I did.
Yeah, I couldn't help it either.
I did.
It's too dramatic.
I've seen more of it after it's been done than when it was on. Yeah,
yeah I think I got on.
What years was it on?
I want to say like 06,
oh my god.
Dude.
That was like crazy.
Really? No.
So?
No. It was on in like 2010.
What?
It had to be. Maybe earlier.
I graduated in 2010. I don't think that's right.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're older boys.
I thought it started when I was in high school.
I don't know. You'll get there.
I remember when I was in high school.
When you were in high school? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I was in high school in 06.
I started in 06, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You did? I started in 2010.
Did you really?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's the podcast, guys. No, no, that's funny.
Okay, boomer.
No, seriously. I'm so hurt right now. No, but that's so funny. I remember like 4 years after high school, like 2014. I was like, damn, it's been a high school since I fucking graduated.
That's weird.
Right? Yeah, and then
I think that too. I'll be like, it's been a whole high school career.
Yeah, but dude, I'm coming up on 10 years.
Yeah, next year it'll be 10 years.
Yeah,
dude. That's crazy.
I'm finna kill myself. No.
10 years.
Finna yeet myself off a bridge, dude.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When you think about like those, what's it called? When you like come back after 10 years and 20 years? Reunion.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I would ever do that.
I don't.
Honestly, I would.
Really?
I feel like I would.
The only people I talked to in high school, I'm still friends with now, so it's like.
Oh, I'm not.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just call them.
I'm not really. I think funny. It might just be like. Just like go back and be like, what's up, bitches? I'm cooler than all of you. Like,
I fucking told you guys.
I told you. Fuck off.
My dad went to his
20?
Not his 50th.
What?
45th or something
That's
like
crazy.
that. But he flew back to Indiana for it.
Wow.
That's
who organizes
See, like I wouldn't go all out for that shit.
Like travel?
I wouldn't travel that far for it.
I wouldn't either, and it's like 2 miles from where I live.
Seriously. That's crazy, dude.
No.
So, are you collaborating with a lot of local people, or are you doing like out-of-state people right now? Or any other artists?
Mostly local people. Like, we were having. Well, I only went to the first one, so I shouldn't say we were having continuously, but there was a point where a group of my friends were all kind of just like hanging out at someone's house, like usually in their garage, and we would just like, well, they would get fucked up, yeah, and then we'd come up with something, like we would make a song, yeah. So, like I said, like people like Pat Conji, Saya,
cool.
Yeah, like do you know Mal from, I forgot what her band name was. Whatever. I forgot what her band name was. Oh, really? And then like Rosa Toddy, you know who that is?
No. Cool name.
Fucking Justice.
You have to send me all these people so I can bring them through here.
You know Skateson?
Huh?
Skateson?
Yeah, I know Skateson.
Yeah, he would go like all those types of people. Yeah, we were just all like. The first one was just me, Justice, Pat, Saya, Skateson, and Avery, who's Skateson's girlfriend.
And were you guys all just like school friends and shit, or no? No,
I didn't meet any of these people in school.
Oh wow! So how did you guys all get together? Because she's talking about a lot of the people that were there, like for the beginning of the 20 pounds kind of thing. Where with that was Jalopy and then Pariah Pete. Yeah. Yeah.
So before 20 pounds, there was something called Infamous MCs. Mm-hmm. And that's when I kind of met everyone, but it wasn't really everyone. It kind of grew to be like as big as it is now. Okay. But at first, well, we would all hang out at this park called Deer Valley Park. You know where that is? No. Oh, it's like over there on the north side. Everyone would hang out at this park. And and it was really funny actually because it was my ex-boyfriend, the one that I wrote that EP about.
Oh wow, the whole EP?
The whole EP.
Jesus Christ, dude.
On and off for 5 years.
Ouch.
So yeah, it was just like
that's crazy, man.
I need to get all that shit out.
Well, that's cool. That's cool that you could do that.
But it's really funny though because he was the one who was actually hanging out with all of them, and then and he would never invite me, and I'd be like, dude, like, I want to hang out with you and your friends. What the fuck? Like, why don't you...
Did you know that they were all doing music? Or you were just like...
I did. I eventually found out because he showed me a couple of your songs. He showed me Jason, and then he showed me one of our friends, Sergio. Okay. Who Checo, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So he was there then too? Wow,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Way back in the day.
Jalopy.
Yeah, Jalopy. Yeah, so those are the first two people that I knew from there. But, he was like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want you to come and hang out with my friends because you're going to be too judgmental and you're not going to like them and blah, blah, blah. 5 years later, they're all my fucking best friends. But, yeah,
still
so, like...
judging them? No.
I know, right? So, like, me and him, we ended up breaking up, and I was like, okay, well... now I can actually try to talk to these people because we're not together anymore,
funny,
and you're not worried about me being judgmental. So
do what I want now.
Yeah, so I hit up Xoxo, and I was like, yo, we should collab or something, because I make music too. And he was like, yeah, that'd be dope. And I ended up befriending him and Jalopy, and I was living on the reservation at the time, so I wasn't even able to. Yeah.
Why? That's crazy.
Again, teaching stuff.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. So you got to see a lot of different shit. That's awesome.
Yeah. So by the time that I was actually able to like be friends with them, I wasn't even able to hang out with all of them.
Because you were on the res.
Because I was on the res.
Shit.
So
like far as hell.
Yeah, so I'd be just like talking to fucking Jason on the phone about like everything and like
that's crazy.
all that shit, and we were just all like building our friendship from afar, like me, him, and JD.
Wow.
And then I finally came. I hung out with them for the first time at First Friday, and it was just like a crazy ass day. And then from then on, like, I made a joke. I was like, because I was showing them one of my songs, and I was like, oh, I could be like the token girl in your group, and they were like, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, take it.
So then I ended up joining Infamous MCs.
Wow, that's crazy.
And
so you weren't Infamous MC?
I was an Infamous MC.
That's crazy. Dude.
I was not an MC at the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, what kind of music were you doing at the time? Was it similar to what you're doing now?
Well, okay, so at that point, up until that point, I was making folk music, indie folk music.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it just wasn't
MC
feeling...
type shit.
I know, MC type shit, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it wasn't feeling like I was getting what I needed to get out anymore. I was like, this does not sound right. This doesn't sound like how I feel, blah, blah, blah.
Did you feel like you were putting on a character in it, like a little bit?
No, it was more so just I didn't know what else to make. Like I didn't have anything, because up until that point I hadn't really listened to a lot of rap. Like the only rap I had listened to was like when I was dancing or some shit, because I was in the dance I was on the dance team at my high school, and I took like hip hop classes and everything, so I loved hip hop, but it wasn't on the same level that I loved folk, because I just didn't find the songs that I really really connected with, because I was only exposed to like mainstream shit, you know, like,
yeah,
and
crazy.
So it's hard to connect with some of that stuff because it's just all
it's for profit.
Yeah, for profit.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So then like I ended up meeting them, and before that I had like started getting into rap and everything, and I was just like, oh shit, like this is actually
something you might want to do.
Yeah, well, not even that. I was just like, this is hitting me in a way that like music has never hit me before.
That's cool.
I was like, holy fuck, like this is what I should be listening to.
Yeah. That's crazy. What kind of artists were you listening to like when that
Earl was the first rapper I ever
dude.
like really fell in love with. I was like, dude, like you are explaining things that I've never been able to explain before in like such a
lyrical way.
So, and it's so simple too.
Yeah,
at the same time.
It's crazy.
And that's always been my favorite thing. I love people who can write things that are so complex in a simple ass way.
Yeah.
And I feel like I do that too.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah.
Which is fun.
I think and it's funny because it's hard to do that for somebody.
It's so hard.
Because you gotta, you know, like, I don't know how you do it, but like I'm trying to make my music sound that way, but like, usually I end up with like big chunks of shit that I want to flesh out, and then you just start taking away slowly, start taking away until you got, I like this.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you had like a paragraph. Pretty much. No, it's very hard. Is that something that like, do you think that's a talent that develops over time, or is that something that do you think is attributed to your influences, or where do you think that comes from? For you.
Yeah. Honestly, it's always been pretty like simple for me to do it. Like it got harder as I started pushing myself more as far as like what it sounded like and everything, and just like the melodies and stuff, but just like lyrically, I've always somehow been able to capture like exactly what I was feeling or what other people were feeling in a way that was very easy to understand.
Condensed.
Yeah, because like the first music that I was really really writing, because like in the beginning when I was still like in church and shit, I would like rewrite secular music into Christian music.
Cool. That's a good songwriting technique for sure.
Which I don't know. I think it's kind of ridiculous.
A little bit.
I feel a little brainwashed. Not gonna lie.
Who is it by the time?
Yeah, true. But then when I really started writing music was when I was in middle school, like 7th grade.
That's so crazy, dude. So young.
It's funny. I was like dead ass taking it seriously. I was like, cool. All right, I'm gonna be a musician, and like ever since then, But 7th grade, I didn't have anything to write about because I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to write about for myself. Like all the music that I hear, because at that point, that's when I started listening to pop punk too in 7th grade. Yeah. So I was just like, I don't have relationships, like boys don't like me, I don't have these problems, like I can't write about feeling uncomfortable around people, like that's
today
weird.
I came home and I missed my favorite show.
Well, no, I didn't have a TV, so I didn't have a favorite show. Wow. But so I would start writing about my friends' problems because all my friends, like my best friends, were having like boy problems, like all this shit, and I was like, okay, cool, like something I can reference off of, and I would like write a song about it. And I remember I wrote this song for my friend who was in this like weird long distance relationship thing for a while.
In middle school?
Yeah, don't ask. Don't ask. Like, it was some like, I feel like it was some MySpace shit. The kid was dope. I fucked with him very heavily. It was just very strange. It was like from like the end of middle school to high school or some shit. But yeah. And I wrote this song that was like from their points of view, and I remember singing it for her, and she was just like, dude, what the fuck? This is exactly how I feel.
Really? Wow, yeah. That's so cool. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. There's if you scroll like deep into my SoundCloud, you'll find some indie folk shit.
I found out today. I was like, I'm just gonna put it all in a loop. And like at first I just saw a couple songs on there, and then I was like, oh shit, there's a lot of music in here, bro.
I even have an acoustic pop punk song.
Really? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. I'd dig into that.
Yep. What's the earliest upload you have on SoundCloud?
Oh fuck. Shit. I think it's probably because I have a lot of stuff on private too. Because there's some early stuff that's just awful. Only for you. Awful. Some shit that
How would you record? Like when you were that age, like were you just like on like a phone or some shit? Or?
No, at that point, because that stuff I started recording. Was it my sophomore or junior year? Sophomore year, I think. So I was like 15, 16.
Okay.
And that was always one of those things like. I'm definitely a lot more spiritual now, but I feel like I've always had this understanding that if I put that intention out there that I want to do something, it's going to happen.
Yeah. It'll return.
Yeah. So I recorded, for instance, my first demo when I was in Georgia with this bluegrass artist because I was staying with my aunt at the time, and she sent me to this bluegrass camp, and I was like, okay. And
bluegrass camp, dude. Yeah. That's crazy.
It was fun as fuck.
Yeah, they had a lot of cheese there. Blue cheese.
I don't remember. Oh, blue cheese. You're dumb.
Dumb jokes, bro. You want music? You want dumb jokes? Come to the podcast.
But no, it was really cool. So she sent me to this bluegrass camp, and I met this artist there. He was one of the guys who was teaching, and he was like, you need to record a demo. So like I recorded my first demo at his house in his home studio.
Wow.
First song I ever recorded was a cover of Fallen by Alicia Keys.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, dude.
That was my shit. I love that song.
That's funny. Damn.
Yeah, so I did that, and then when I was in high school, I ended up meeting someone who was like trying to be a producer or whatever, so we just went and cramped ourselves in his room and like held the fucking mic up to my mouth and shit. That's funny. Like made this other little demo, and I was like, I remember going to concerts and like giving them to the band members and shit. I'm like, listen to my demo.
Really hustling. That's cool.
I was really hustling.
Was it like on a memory stick or something?
Nope, it was on a CD.
It was a CD. Wow, that's cool. Damn.
It was on a CD.
That's crazy.
It's super funny.
That's really cool because, I mean, like, you're still very young, you know? So, for, like, people out there who are trying to get started and, like, trying to do shit like this, like, what would you tell them? Who are, like, maybe young, don't know how to do it.
Don't know how to do it. Honestly, the internet is your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
to your best fucking friend. Because, like, for someone like me, like, we were too poor to get any kind of lessons or any of that shit. Like, anytime I did have music lessons or dance lessons, it was always, like, for a short period of time because it was just too expensive.
To maintain.
Yeah, so, like, YouTube, ultimateguitar.com, like that's fun. I learned how to play guitar from Ultimate Guitar.
Yeah, I think me too. A big portion of it.
I got a lot of drum tabs even.
Yes, really? Yeah.
That's funny.
That was my shit. Like
I was learning some Frank Ocean.
It's so easy. It's so easy. Like I think I learned the first chords that I ever learned were from an actual guitar teacher, and then the rest of it, like, it was all myself.
Online.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
I learned how to play a G, a D sus4, and then like some other shit. I don't know, E minor, C.
That's random.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, not even just a regular open chord.
I know those were the chords of my first song.
That's cool.
Fucking
yeah,
G,
I was gonna say.
It was that one that's like shaped like a G, but the top two.
F?
No. It's like the top two fingers are like down one string, so that it's like the end of a C, and then like the two like pinky chords of a G. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know.
See what I mean? Like, I don't know the fucking note names anymore, but I just know what they're shaped like. Yeah, so it's like you do that, and then you go up to a G, and then you would do like this like E minor with those same like pinky things, and then like I don't know.
No, I get you.
But
I had guitar classes in high school, so like I know I was taught a lot of that formal stuff, but I just I did the same thing. I went off on my own, and I'm just like, so you go 3 to 5, and then 7, and then
Yeah, and then honestly, also just like I said, if you take it seriously and you start thinking that way, it's going to come to you. Like,
definitely.
It's just going to, because if you start making like every single thing you do like in service of what you're trying to achieve, you're gonna get there eventually.
Right.
So
if you build it, they will come. For sure.
Yeah. So I just started thinking like, I want to start taking music seriously. So just start with that. Start taking music seriously, and then
take
like
yourself seriously as well. You know. Yeah.
And then like, shit, go to some open mics if you want to. Like, you're going to run into people who are going to be the right people for you, and
they're trying the same thing.
Yeah, like my whole life I felt like a fucking, like, even with my best friends I still felt like an outsider, you know. And then I didn't meet my like really, really closest friends until I was 18.
That's crazy.
And that was the first time I ever really understood like what real like true friendship and family and love was, you know. So like just like, don't worry about all the bullshit that's going on. Like, just if you're really serious about that shit, it'll come to you. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dawn, for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun. It was very informative. And definitely come back whenever you have some time.
I will. I do have one more thing though. One more thing. I'm coming out with merch soon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming out with merch. It's literally getting to my house tomorrow.
Damn,
I was hoping it would come here today so I could wear it.
Damn.
But it's all good. Yeah. They're gonna be super dope. $20 a shirt.
Yeah. So.
Fucking buy one.
Buy them all.
They're gonna be sick.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's the podcast.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Woo. That's
Wait,
cool,
I thought
guys.
you guys ended it a while ago. Not
Shut up, you
recording.
stupid.
It's not recording.
No, we've had like